I think I'm here. Sorry about the delay. Seems that chores and running errands tend to trump my ability to do my job. That is, when the wife plans things for me and doesn't know my schedule. We are resolving that issue with a calendar. There will be a calendar on the refrigerator that I'll fill out each week with my schedule from here on out. That way she will know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and when, and she won't schedule appointments for me, well, when I'm supposed to be working. But here we are. And I'm getting ready. I'm stuffing up these flip inserts real quick with the names. I'm almost halfway done already, so just give me a few more minutes and we'll be ready to get going. 1960D. It's going to be your biggest year for repunch mint marks. Currently, Mr. Wexler has 264 different ones listed. We're close to 200. I can't remember whether we have 200 or if we have just gotten up to 199, but I know we're really close. Really close. And we may find something today that'll tip us over that line. I have no idea. We have a Bank of America wrapped roll here. 1960D. And Bank of America rolls are usually pretty nice to me. We'll see what happens with this one. But I bought this one from a source I can't remember the name of, but it was about 4 years ago when I got this one. As my cost code tells me, I bought it in 2016. So I guess now it's 5 years ago. I'm refusing to move forward with time. It is 2021 now. I got about 10 more of these things to stuff in here, and then I'll be ready to go. So yeah, anybody got any good jokes? Let's say hi to the people that we have here anyhow. Let's see, Coin Junkie, Eric Beyer, got Andy Snowville, Adam Chambers, Brandon Lewinag. Is that right? Lewinag? That looks like it's almost something written backwards. Welcome, Randy, Jeff Dunn, Sureg. Well, you didn't miss this one. I almost did, but you didn't. You guys are right on time. It is your illustrious host, Chuck Daughtrey, who is late. As usual, unfortunately. I have one more to stuff, and I will be done. Bam. There we go. Whoop, there it is. And here's our names for the day. Here's our roll for the day. And get this roll out. See what we have going on here. It's 1960D. It's a Bank of America NT and SA, which is National Trust and Savings Association. That's what they used to be called anyway. Now they're just the worst bank. No, I'm sorry. Now they're just Bank of America. My business account happens to be with Bank of America. Has been for about 20, 22, 23 years now. I learned some interesting stuff about one of the other rolls that we've got going on this week, and I'll tell you about it when we get to it, but it's interesting that the bank printed on the roll is a very important bank. It'll be interesting to talk about it. So here we go, 1960D, large date roll. There it is. And let's get started. What do you say we get started? Everybody ready? Here we go. Tim Morrell. Tim Morrell gets the first coin. And this is the first coin. I'm going to have to get it. Going to have to get it focused in, of course. And I'm going to have to get the lighting working right for me. Ooh, this is the close focus. What is going on? Oh, I know what's going on. Sorry, folks. This is what happens when you don't get ready before the show. There we go. Alright, here's our first coin. Coin number 1. Nope, I gotta get a little closer. Not gonna work that far away. And my light is oddly constrained. And get my light unconstrained, get my stuff in focus. There we go. That's much better. Let's see, I'm not showing anything here. Nothing on In God We Trust. Nothing on Liberty. Let me pop my chat out real quick so I can see what's going on. So I don't want to miss anything anybody asks me and I'm on the other screen. Go back to live chat here. I think I'm ready to start the show now. Got my eyes on right, I think. I don't know what's shading me on that side over there. That is strange. I've got a weird shadow on the left side. I can deal with it for now. Alright, so we don't generally check the reverses on 1960D, and that's not why. This one is rather spotty on the reverse, but we don't generally check them because we don't expect to see anything. No real die varieties known on the reverse of 1960D. So there's Tim. Coin number 1. Now, just getting started. 351. Coin number 2. Coin number 2. I think. I'm just going to have to fix this. I don't know what's going on. I can't do this. Sorry, folks. Can't do the work if I can't see what I'm doing. There we go, that's better. I thought I was seeing an RPM. And I could be. I think I am. I am seeing an RPM, I think. Hey, Jessica. My little scope is going nuts on me. This is an RPM. It's a little dark. I don't know why it's a little dark. But that is an RPM. It's got a little bar running right through the middle of the mint mark. So definitely an RPM. Carthen? I don't think I've ever heard of you. Welcome, Carthen. Tell us about yourself. We do have an RPM here. Nice little RPM. Oh, sorry, flip. Huh. This one's for Paul. Paul Hampton. So Paul gets an RPM. This one's got a bar running right through the center of the mint mark. What do you think, Eric? See, it looks like we may have a marker in maybe. Nope, that's a piece of fuzz. I thought that might have been a little die crack. So there it is. I'm still working on trying to get things settled so that I can see what I'm doing. That's very strange. Okay, there we are. So we're going to hold this out to the side. We've got Paul Hampton for an RPM. First RPM of the roll, coin number 2. And now coin number 3 goes to Levels of Madness. Let's see what Levels gets out of here. It's not another RPM. Don't see another RPM. Is that a doubled eyelid? That could be a doubled eyelid. I think it is. That would be unusual. I don't think we know of a 1960D doubled eyelid yet. But I do believe this is a doubled eyelid. So I'm going to go with the premise that we have found a doubled eyelid, and then I will prove myself wrong later if that's the case. What are we doing? Let's see. Okay, Levels gets himself a doubled eyelid, or at least a presumed doubled eyelid. So we'll set that aside. Now for coin number 4. Coin number 4 goes to Yeoman. He's upside down in there. What did I not see? I'm sorry. Did Timothy say something and I couldn't see it, or did he retract it, or what happened? Here's another RPM for you. This one's a North RPM. It's got a little hump on the top of the mint mark. So we are successfully finding RPMs in this roll. A little hump on the top of the mint mark gives us another RPM. And this is coin number, what is it, 4 for Yeoman. Did Timothy make a funny and then pull it back? Because I can't see it. Timothy, you behave yourself. Oh, I see. It's on his son's computer watching your grandkids. Okay, I get it. I understand now. I understand. Yeah, I probably saw it, but I didn't really see it because I didn't read it. Okay, there we go. There's up to coin number 4. So we've got 3 RPMs, actually 2 RPMs and a double die out of 4 coins. I think we're doing okay. Here's another RPM. I think. Wait a minute. Is that an RPM or is... Let me zoom in on this before I move it. Let's see what I'm looking at. Nope, that's a little piece of fuzz on it. That looked like a hook on the bottom of the mint mark, but it isn't. That's a little piece of something from the paper. Sorry about that. That's not an RPM. What is with the word wonky? Did I say wonky or something earlier and everybody's making fun of me for saying wonky? Wonky or Wonka or Willy Wonka or Wiki or whatever it is. Good gosh, you people are silly. Yeah, Rick, it is the plan to reprint that. I'm also going to be doing the one for Wheat Cents because the one I've got is only for memorials. That was coin number 5. It was for Sissy and it did not have anything on it. So we're going to move on to coin number 6. It's going to be for Paul Hampton. Yes, I do plan on redoing that publication, but I will be doing it in conjunction with the release of the Wheat Cent version. I'm hoping to get to that sooner than later. Hello, Midnight Silver Run. We're going to look at the reverse on this one, just because we can. Alright, I'm going to take it back out, and I'm going to take a look at the eye now. I forgot to look at the eye on this one earlier. This is not one of the doubled eyelids that we've been finding here. So, Paul, we get to normal coin, coin number 6. We're going to move on to coin number 7. Coin number 7 is going to go to Farm Dog. Mr. Farm Dog gets this right here. Well, we do have an RPM to split lower serif. Sometimes debatable whether these are listable, but I think this one probably is, because I think I see a split on the upper serif as well. Generally, the rule on whether something is listable is whether or not it's going to be something that people are going to be able to find in later die states, and whether or not it really has enough character to be a commercially sellable coin. And that's generally, is it going to draw interest? And while some of the really minor ones, people like to have them listed to see their name in the lights, it's not really going to be anything that's going to affect the market overall, so I just can't list them. I can't make a list grow just to be making it grow. I have to make it grow because of merit. The coins I list in there need to have some merit. And so that's why some of the minor RPMs that you end up getting from me, or some of the things that we see on scope, and it's like, I think this is kind of cool, and maybe not, and then I end up actually looking at the coin later and I'm thinking, why did I even say that was an RPM? It is, but it's way too minor. So I can't list some of them. That's why some of them end up just being returned. And this one's for Yo Man. This is coin number 9. Coin number 9 for Yo Man. This one does have a hook. This one's got a very obvious hook. This one's definitely an RPM here. It's different from the other ones that we've seen so far. Jessica could probably tell me which one this is. Andy, it is unlikely that large and small dates end up in the same roll. It's possible, but I think the changeover took place from one day to the next day, and I think they had all the coins cleaned out before they changed over. It's not to say that it's not possible. It's just not very likely. Midnight, no, I have not. Not yet. I have it scheduled for this Saturday. I'm going to do it in the evening time for 2 reasons. The first reason is it gives more people the opportunity to be able to watch, and there are a lot of different people in this one. And the second reason, this one's for Orig, same die, RPM. And the second reason is that I need to give it time so that I can advertise it, let people know it's going to be out there, send an email, give people a chance to change their schedule, because I had to change their schedule, and I don't want anyone to just be out shopping and not know that this reveal is going on and miss out on it just because. So I want to give them plenty of time to get themselves ready, change their schedules or whatever they want to do to be sure that they're going to be ready and available. There's another one of them, same die again. So Carthen, this one is yours. So it's going to be Saturday evening. I don't have anything else scheduled for Saturday. There shouldn't be any problem with me being able to get to it. I think I've got it scheduled for 9 p.m. Eastern time. I know it's a little late for Eric, but there are a lot of people from around the country, and given that's only 6 p.m. Pacific, I thought 9 p.m. was a good time to try to schedule it. Eric's in the Eastern time zone. He just needs to learn to stay up an hour later. You think 37 maybe? You're talking about the one that I keep finding more and more of, right? This one I believe could be an RPM. I see the little thing. What do you think, Eric? Is this going to be like a number 66-ish type thing where you've got... or 61, whichever one it is, where you've got that little hook on the very bottom of the RPM? You have no life anyway? Huh, join the crowd. I'm one of those. I have no life. What difference does it make? See the little hook thing down on the bottom of the RPM? Or on the bottom of the mint mark anyway. I don't know if that's going to be an RPM or not an RPM. It looks like it could just be a die gouge. So Rick, I should keep that aside? It could be? Okay. I'll keep it aside just in case. I'll look at the known examples that are reported to be RPMs of that particular likeness, and we'll see if maybe this works out to be one. Alright, so that's coin number 12. Coin number 12, now coin number 13. Coin number 13 for Mr. James Worley. And Mr. James Worley will pick up this coin. And okay, unfortunately I don't see anything on this one. Let me see if it's a double eyelid. Not the double eyelid. Not the double eyelid. And so we have nothing else on this one. And unfortunately this one's going to be a dud. Oh, it's not dud, it's just a normal 1960 Lincoln cent. I mean, that's what all of these were supposed to be. So, here's one for Sir Egg. And Sir Egg gets, this looks really shiny coin here. Very shiny coin, but we have no RPM. And it's not a double die lid. Not doubled anywhere else so there, so we're going to move on from this one. Seems like this might be another one of those rolls where you end up with all the RPM stuff in the first half of the roll. We've missed two in a row now. This one is an RPM. This one has a little bar running right through the middle of the mint mark. I know it's really hard to see, but it is there. There's also a little piece on the south end, looks like. And you get a nice good focus on this up close. Yeah, it does have a little bit to the south as well. You can see that right there if I don't turn the light up. If I do turn the light up, let's see what I see. Well, that is my light. What is going on with this thing? Okay, got that bar there. Now let's look at it the other direction. There you go. I knew I saw that. So you got a bar running right down the middle of the mint mark. Actually, a little bit further to the left than middle. And then you've got an extra serif down at the bottom. I move the flips down a little so you can see. There we go. How about that? Is that a little better? That way you know you're on the number before the one that's empty. So you're on number 15 now. Understood. This is cool. This one's cool. This is the same as the first one I pulled. I'm pretty sure of it. I think this is what, number 50, 51, 50 or 51, maybe 52. Could be 53 as well. It's in the early 50s, I think. And take a look around. Don't see anything else on the coin, but it is a nice RPM, so that's for Wanda. Wanda. I wonder who. There's J.B. Bow. John Brandon Bow. Backwards. There we go. Right side up now. Take a look at him. See what his coin looks like. And you know, it's going to be a nothing, unfortunately. Let's see if we have a eyelid on this one. No eyelid there. Nothing going on there. That's that one in and out. Unfortunately, some of these see very little time under the light. But I can see them. When I see them, I see them. Here's another one of those ones with a little hook on the bottom of it. So I'm going to save this one off to the side and see if it happens to be anything that's already been listed. That little dot down on the very bottom of the mint mark, that's what I'm looking at. Bottom center. And that could be an RPM, so I'm going to check over it real quick later on, make sure I've got a good scope eye on it before I say anything one way or the other. Don't want to diss something that is. I certainly don't want to put promise in anybody's pocket without being a little more certain than I am about that. Let's see. This has got a grease-filled die. The 9 is nearly gone because of, well, mucky muck packed up into the die, and you can tell that because of that darker area. That's actually brassy shiny because that grease or whatever it was, that grime, filled up the die to the point that you don't see any of the flow lines that make the shine that you're supposed to see. So that's what that is. It's a grease-filled die. And got nothing else there, just that grease-filled die. I can even see it to the naked eye. It's pretty obvious just looking at the coin. So this one goes to Jim Fletcher. It's going to go in the normal pile because it's not a die variety, but it is an interesting little coin. Nice little anomaly. Here goes one for James Worley. And Mr. Worley's going to pick up this coin. I don't see anything here. Unfortunately, I think this is the same die as the one we just looked at. No, it isn't. It's a different die, but it's not anything. Last one's probably 53. Okay. That's what I thought. Something 50 to 53. Alright, that was a nothing. Now let's take this one for Farm Dog. Not Carm Dog, but Farm Dog. And I do believe this could be an RPM. I'm going to take a better look at it here. Yep, that is an RPM. So a nice little split on the lower, and it's got a little split on the upper too. So here goes another RPM. Another one that we're going to have to look up. Alright. That one's for Farm Dog. I am going to work on getting other reveals scheduled today. There's going to be, I think, one more today, possibly two more. Depends on whether I can get them in. I'll definitely get one in. I'm not sure about two. The one that I'll get in will be a 1953S, I believe, is the next one that we'll need to do. 53S is a very interesting date, too. There's a lot of really nice RPMs in 53S. Not any known, there's no known double dies, though. Obverse or reverse. So maybe we'll find a doubled eyelid and change that altogether. There we go, Adam Chambers. And let's see what Adam Chambers has. It's another one of those bar in the center with a little hook on the bottom RPMs. There we go, you can see it now. And Eric says that's probably RPM number 53. Probably number 53. Any roll digs this week? Yeah, I'll probably do a couple of them. I don't know. It kind of depends. My roll digs are going to be earlier in the day, I think. I don't know. I've got to be able to, because roll digs, they don't take quite the amount of time. They're about 20-30 minutes. But they still take time to set up and get ready. There's another one of those. Another one of the ones with the split on the lower and the upper. If I'm not mistaken, this one could be no, it's not. It's 70. It could be a 72. RPM 2,311,901 stage Q. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Someone please give this coin dragon person his consolation prize and show him to the door. Thank you very much. Thank you for playing, sir. We're going to look at the reverse on this one just because we can. Because I'm already late. I'm already taking up time I shouldn't be taking up. So here we are. Did you guys like that auction last night? I think things went a little bit faster than they normally would because I just called straight through it. No home version. Well, I can give you the home version. I'll give you 3 or 4 thoroughly searched rolls and send you home with them to waste a bunch of time on them. The joke would be on me if you actually found something in them. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. Alright, well, Mike Birchman's not going to like you a whole lot. You made him miss a RPM or double die because there was nothing on that one. And it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Alright, here we go. Next coin. Levels of Madness. This one is one of our more minor double split serifs that I'm thinking 70 something, I think. Two spots in your book and a couple of rolls you didn't have. There you go. Well, that's the way to do that. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got some markers. So maybe this will be something. There's a lot of fiber on these coins from the paper. Oh, there's another RPM for levels. I think he's already run into an RPM in this roll so far. So we got a bunch of people running into a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to keep these separate anymore. There's too many different dies. I can't keep track of what's what. I'll separate them once I get to the sorting phase. Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn, coin number 26. We are past half the roll now. And I'd have to say that we probably have a better than 50% rating. Here's another one of those. This one's for Jeff Dunn now. I think we're better than 50% rating of die varieties to non-die varieties. I'm pretty sure we have more than 12 coins saved. It would be 13 at this point, but we just got our 13th. So let's see what we do have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 so far. I'm going to take these, I'm going to put all these together in a pile, because there's nothing I can do right now to keep these separated. Simply don't have that kind of memory. There we go. Alright, 27, Paul Hampton. So we do have more than half of the coins in the roll so far. And here's another one. Over half the coins in this roll are RPMs. The RPMs are Farm Dog. Yes, I did get time to read the email, and you are correct. I'm going to edit your invoice. Was the last coin in RPM? That would have been coin number 26, and yes, it was. And I think it was yours, Jeff. Tell people to... Yeah, it was yours, Jeff. So yeah, you got an RPM. Last coin was 26 for Jeff Dunn, and it was an RPM. Look at that bird's nest up there. That's what they used to call these errors. They used to call them a hornet's nest or a bird's nest. It's basically just a die, to die break, a little die chip near the top of a... Oh, there's another little die chip right there on column number 2. That'll make this one easy to identify. So there's one of those. Jeff, yours was the other one that has the little bar in the middle, the one that drops down below, not the one that goes out to the east like this. Donna! Hey, hey, hey! I don't know how I missed you earlier. You've been saying things for 10 minutes, and here I am paying only attention to the coins, not to the people, and that's just not a good thing. But I will be responding to John's email a little bit later today. I'm going to help you guys out in getting that package sorted, because that was a very large package. Alright, we have another split lower serif RPM, and this is one that I'm not 100% sure this is going to be listable, but we are going to pull it out because it is definitely an RPM. So I don't know if it's going to be strong enough to list. I think it will be. Oh, well, I appreciate it, Donna. Thank you. And I will get everything out and be able to show you my work. on exactly how we got to the point where we are. This was, okay, this was one that I need to look at later. And coin number 29, John Brandon Bow. And yeah, I'm going to get, I've got the way I do things these days, it's a little bit different from the way I used to do things, because the way I used to do things, I tried to keep everything together by invoice, and then I would tell you that you're not going to get your full invoice worth because, well, we're holding some of the coins back for reveals or something to that effect. Well, the problem with that is it really confuses people. And it really confuses people in the sense that we are making an attempt anyway to show for everything that is in the package they're going to get by giving you a packing slip, showing a homemade packing slip, showing what we have put together for you in that box. But we do not show you necessarily what we are not shipping. So it kind of confuses people. We have track of everything. Whether I know something is here or not is something I can't really tell you without looking at my sheets. But if I look at my sheets, I can tell you for sure if you have items here. In fact, I can tell you exactly what items, and I can also tell you exactly how many. Generally, when you get single coins or rolls in an auction, they're going to be sent to you more or less right away. Reveal coins can be held because, you know, I need to go through and make sure I know what they are so I can tell you what they are when I do ship them to you, and that's part of the service that I offer. It does take time though. There's another one of those. It's a little bit hard to see. I mean, when you look at it like this, it's almost invisible. But then when you tilt it up like this, there it is. Boom. The light shines on it just right and poof. We've also got a nice heavy die dot just left of the upper 6. You can see it up there. That white spot. It's actually a little hickey in the die. Invisible from this angle. But as we twirl it around, there it is again. So this one will be easy to identify, I'm pretty sure, once we actually get to the point of identifying it. What I need to do is get this programmed into the computer somehow so I can put all my items into a website where I can easily allow everyone to log in and see what they're missing versus what they're not missing, and when I'm shipping what, and what coins I have on what reveals, and all of that. But that is going to be a very, very lengthy process that I cannot necessarily do on my own. At the very least, I would like to be able to at least put this together in a database where administratively on the back end we can create the reports and print them out and put them in your package. That way you can at least see what you're still missing. I can do that now, but it's a real pain. Let's see. Not another one of those. I haven't run into a second one of those double eyelids, so that may have not been a doubled eyelid. It may have just been confusing me. Then again, it may have been a doubled eyelid. This is one of the ones with a little tiny hook on the bottom. I'm doing pretty well, Donna. I'm doing okay. I do have an issue with sleep. I'm not depressed. I'm not having cabin fever or anything to that effect. I don't know exactly what it is, but I tend to sleep odd hours and way too much. Got to work that out. I have changed my diet for the better. I am doing quite a bit better. My weight loss continues, yet slowly. You hit plateaus and you stay at about the same weight for a couple of weeks and you start losing again. Well, I'm at one of those plateaus. I know I can get myself back down to 200. Last 6 weeks or so, I've gone from in the 230s to down into the 220s. And this is another one of the nice RPMs. That big giant die scratch going northwest from the top of the one right there, that's what I'm using to be sure that this is the same die as the other ones I've seen in this roll. Hello, Victoria. Coins are neato, there you go. You have beautiful 60D RPM number ones. You know, I've had a couple of them that were nice gem BU coins, but most of the ones that I've had were kind of a red brownish, not the most beautiful gem BU coins, but red brown, decent looking ones. There's Yo Man. Yo Man. That's all I can think of when I say that. Is the what is it? Is it the? Okay, you're gonna have to help me. So YMCA. That's the Village People. Yo, man. At the YMCA. Okay, this one's another one of the ones with a little hook on the bottom. May be or may not be a listable RPM, but we'll pull it off to the side to check. Be sure we know what we're doing later. Alright, let's see. Get my thyroid checked. The thyroid is messed up. It's a terrible, terrible thing. It'll make you sleep or keep you awake depending on whether you're overactive or underactive. Okay. Well, I plan on doing a full lab draw chem panel with my doctor in the next month or two. And here's another one with a double split serif. I'm not sure which one this one is. I think it's number 72 though. Something tells me it's 72 or 75. But I was thinking that there was a die scratch, a curved die scratch coming out of the chin on 72, I think it was. I don't know. I remember this stuff and I can't tell you what I had for dinner yesterday. So I'm just weird. But when we go through and do the full chem panel and everything, I'm sure I'll find something going on. It's making me sleep. But man, I just get cozy and curl in and man, I just fall right asleep. My wife absolutely hates me for that. She has to take medication to get to sleep pretty much any time. Heck, I could sit down in a chair and fall asleep inside of 5 minutes. Brandon, odd that you should say that. I got sick because of my blood sugar last week. So I am diabetic and I'm working on controlling sugar intake so that I can be more or less normal. My blood sugar this week has been hovering in the upper 100s. But a couple of weeks ago my blood sugar shot up to about 400 and stayed there for a few days because, well, I was taking in too much sugar. I am a sugarholic. Is there a suit? What'd you do, Coins Arnito? Please do reveal the secret. My Jedi Master. See, here's Deanne. Zoom, 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 and a boom, 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 boom. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's another one with a little hook at the end. A little hook dropping down below. So this is going to be another one of the ones we're going to have to keep out and see if it is a listable RPM. If it is a listable RPM, of course, this will once again be added to the stack of success. I think I looked at the reverse of one of these before, but I want to make sure. Okay, got nothing on that side. Brandon, you don't have to be in the background. I mean, you can choose to be, of course. I don't mind at all. But I also don't mind if you speak up and say something. A lot of people don't like, being visible. I understand that. We generally have 30 to 40 people show up at these broadcasts, and I end up having about 15 people actually talking. So about half of them don't ever say anything, and that's fine. Alright, this is another, as I just showed you, this is another one of our nice little RPMs. Folks, this roll is absolutely loaded full. Loaded full. That's exactly what I want. Makes this a good roll. There's Adam Chambers, coin number 42. And these are in nice condition. There's another one of our nice RPMs. Yep, nice East RPM. It's got that big die scratch northwest from the 1. Yeah, 17.3 that's nasty high. I don't know that my A1C has ever been that high. The highest it's been measured is 10.5, 10.5. And then the last time I had it checked was 2 years ago. I know, I shouldn't be going that long. I get it. But it was 2 years ago, and it had dropped down to 8.7. Trying to hit that magic number with everybody else, something below 6.4. Looking for something else here. This is for Deanne again. Got nothing on this coin though. A kidney stone led you to discover it. Wow. So if it's not bad news, it's even worse, right? There's another one of those. Right there. Butamus. Eric says this is probably RPM number 53. I tend to agree with him. Without looking anything up, I'm thinking I'm agreeing with him automatically. This 53 is a little less than 52, but both of them are very similar, as is 50. 49 is huge. I know, I'm just a weirdo. But I do belong here. Jeff Dunn. This is a very nice roll. Very nice roll. This one isn't anything though. Unless maybe it's the double eyelid popping out again. No sir. No double eyelid. Unfortunately. Jeff Dunn, looks like you're going to get, well, a normal coin out of this. This time around. And coin number 46. Coin number 46 goes to BR Chef. BR Chef is with us for the first time. And gets a nice RPM. There you go. I love it when that happens. I love it when this happens. 600, what's 600, Hawkeye? You talking about triglycerides? What kind of number could you have at 600? It's definitely not blood sugar. You'd be dead at 600. Where did I buy the coin? You talking about the flips? I get my flips directly from Guardhouse. They're the people who make them. These are Guardhouse flips. There's Deanne again. Deanne. And Deanne gets... yeah, what is this? Normal. Normal. Yeah, these things are getting more expensive as time goes on. I tell you what, when I first started all this, flips were like 4.5 cents a piece. Now flips are almost 8 cents a piece. It's been over about a 25-year period of time. Doubling price. Well, that's like that 1953S roll. When I bought that 53S roll, I asked the guy if he was kidding. I bought 53S rolls. I can remember buying a collection, and I was paying dealer bid for everything. and I bought 53S rolls and 58D rolls. There were about 30 rolls mixed between the two. Joe, man, there's all kinds of stuff in here. I tell you what, this is a nice roll. We're almost done with it, though. You can enjoy the last couple of coins here. This one's Adam Chambers. But I bought the 52D rolls. Here's another one of those. The 58D, the 53, what did I say, 52D? I didn't mean to say that. I'm going to say 58D. The 58D rolls were $2.25. And the 1953S rolls were $8. Now a 53S roll, somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 to $40. And a 58D is generally about $8. There's BR Chef again, last coin in the roll. Last coin in the roll BR Chef gets, and it is, yeah, it's one of our little minor double split serif RPMs. You can see the split in the upper and the lower right there. So BR Chef, every coin he got in this roll is an RPM, as would be the case for some of the other people who got coins in this roll, I'm sure. And that's it. That's it, boys and girls. But I tell you what, we got a pile out of this. We got a pile. I know that there are more RPMs than there's more die varieties than not die varieties. That's the not pile right there. And the die variety pile is this right here. And I'm going to count through them. I guess scoot it in here just a little bit more. There we go. We're going to go with number 50, 49, 48, 46, 44, 42, 41, 40, 37, 36, 35, 33, 31, 28, 27, 20, 11, 10, 9, 7, 2, 3, 26, 25, 22, 17, 15, 12, and 4. That is huge, boys and girls. That is huge, I'm telling you. See you around, Eric. So who do we have here? We've got Yo-Man, Wanda, Go Wi-Fi, Adam, Levels, Jeff Dunn, Levels, Paul, Farm Dog, Yo-Man, Sureg, Tim Morrell, Farm Dog, Paul, Go Wi-Fi, Jeff Dunn, Mike, Jim Fletcher, Yo-Man, Sureg, Deanne, Jim Worley, Adam Chambers, Joe McBride, BR Chef, Farm Dog, Adam, and BR Chef. So we have a big stack of RPMs there. I appreciate it. See, I turn those the opposite direction so I know which ones are the varieties and which ones aren't. So man, that's a huge. It's 29 coins. 29 coins were varieties in there. So that's more than half the roll. So you can't do a whole lot better than that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is shut down here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do dinner, and then I'm going to come back after dinner and work on getting another roll together, get this this 53S and possibly a 57D. And I'm going to try to get those done today so that we can go ahead and get some of the schedule out of the way today. And no, it is not a record, John. I think there was a roll I ran into that had 29 or 30 of the coins in the roll were varieties. There was a roll I ran into a number of years ago when I was searching a roll on my own, of course, and it turned out to be a 48 out of 50. 48 out of the 50 coins in the roll were die varieties. The dog's doing well today, thank you. And we're about to go for a walk. Sun's getting ready to set, and I want to make sure that we get out there and get a walk in before the sun sets and it starts getting cold, because it's like 50 degrees outside, and that's decent temperature. And then tonight it's going to get down into the 30s, and I don't like walking at night when it's cold, because the dog has no senses at all. He can go out in the ice and it won't bother him. But we got up to 50 today, 52 I think. We got up past 50 yesterday too, and I think they're planning that for most of the rest of the week. So as long as I'm out during the sunlight and in the earlier afternoon, I think we're going to have better walking weather, I think it is. So we're going to do that, and I will see you guys next time around. It looks like I'm going to be able to schedule a show for, it's going to look like 6 or 7 p.m. So be watching, and I'll get a schedule done, and I'll get it up there, and you guys will get a notification. Hopefully you'll get a notification on it about 6 or 7 p.m. And if not, I'll go online and I'll wait for just a few minutes for you guys, because you do get a notification when I go live. So I appreciate it, guys, and I will talk to you later. Be well.